What's good, people? It's Kay. It's 40 degrees, and today we're reacting to RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 5. I don't think I'm prepared for the stress that we could possibly see in this episode. Like, it already had to be this hot. When I record, I have to close all my doors and all my windows for sound purposes, so air conditioning is next to useless. So the events of this episode have the potential to be just a giant, I mean, it's just gonna be a problem, isn't it? Everything's gonna go wrong. I just know it. Oh dear. Come on, bring it, let's go. There it is. That's not promising.
Dad.
Penny?
This does not seem like a very good idea.
We're back here again.
There is a difference between a good idea and our best idea. Sadly,
That's a good point.
we don't have time for much else. We have enough systems up and running to broadcast our message and keep Amity in atmospheric orbit. Our thrusters just aren't capable of reaching our target altitude on their own.
Fortunately, we're sitting on a couple hundred tons of thrust.
Can you?
Once we've passed into broadcasting range, we'll activate.
I don't know that I feel comfortable with her in that giant mech suit.
The message we've recorded out into the rest of the world. After that, we just have to pilot Amity away from all this mess.
You say after
But
that, like
what
it's
if
gonna
no
be
one
that
is able
simple.
to come and help Atlas? If I stay behind, I could maybe...
Penny, we are not having this conversation again. I'm your father. I'm telling you that you belong on Amity.
Yes, sir.
Don't you
Ah,
think
it's
Penny
gonna
has
be a
had enough
disaster.
people telling her what to do?
Oh, get ready.
Prepare for launch, please. Moving us into position. All systems are ready.
Look at her just
Penny?
sitting on the edge like that.
Amity is requesting launch access now. Oh, yes, it worked! Oh, I didn't have time to install seatbelts, so, I'd advise you to hang on.
Yes, yes. Very funny. Oh boy. Here we go. Are you just gonna come
Where do you think you are?
riding up like that?
Penny, no.
Oh, I don't like this matchup. That's pretty.
It's time.
They were prepared for this? Oh
I
dear.
was hoping your friends would be here. But it looks like they left you to do all the work.
Such a shame.
Your stupid soul to be used.
You do not know what you are talking about.
Oh dear. I don't like this matchup.
Get away from her, you
Just wrestling with an airship.
machine!
What's happening right now?
What do you want?
We're really having this fight?
Please, please, please.
We're really gonna have Neo masquerading as RWBY versus Maria. Okay.
We're drifting.
Careful now. It's the return. Bringing back the bow and arrow. We're just out here like Iron Man now. Just flying through the clouds. Don't lose your way, Benny. She's still using the axe. She's got to be using her semblance. There ain't no one else hitting Neo like that. Cinder's having a great time.
Doing this? Why serve someone like Salem?
I don't serve anyone. And you
Yeah, right.
wouldn't either if you weren't built that way.
That is not. I choose to fight for people who care about me.
Watch that hand. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that's cool.
Cinder!
And mind you, bet not. Damn. Oh, this ain't good. Ah. It's a hit. Ooh. Just got roasted.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
No, no!
Oh.
I know. I can't beat you. But I can fill that thing full of holes before you take me down.
Are you sure about that?
Get us out of here!
So we're calling a truce then, huh? Can't believe Cinder just got destroyed like that.
Dad! Are you okay?
Our stabilizer was damaged.
Hmm.
We've missed our window. At this rate, we'll likely drift until touching down just north of.
What now?
I can fix this.
What?
Our message is only a few minutes long. I can try and hold Amity in place until...
Absolutely not. You're in no condition to do something like this. Even just the temperature out there could...
It is our only option.
She's right, Pietro. We have to remember the big picture.
I don't care about the big picture. I care about my daughter.
I feel you, my guy.
I lost you before. And you're asking me to go through that again? No. No. I want the chance to watch you live your life.
But Dad... I am trying to.
This is too much.
Right.
What of you?
Come on, Penny.
She got on turbo.
Go ahead.
Hi.
No, took the
My
chance to
name
edit
is
this.
Ruby Rose. I'm a huntress. And if we've done everything right, then I'm talking to all of Remnant right now. Dr. Polendina can explain more later. But right now, you all need to know that the Kingdom of Atlas is
These
under
two.
attack. Things are dire, and we need help. But please, try not to panic. This isn't some new enemy or invading kingdom. This is a force we've faced before.
Wow,
For
even these
centuries.
two, huh?
Salem. The White Fang, Elysian
Hey,
drones, even the Grimm themselves have all been controlled and manipulated by her in order to tear down the Huntsman academies.
You got this.
I know the idea of the maidens and relics seems, well, crazy, but I promised Professor Goodwitch of Beacon and Headmaster
Bringing this
Theodore
guy
of
back.
Shade can verify all of
Linda.
this. They might even be able to help organize a way to fight back.
What a pleasant surprise.
But sadly, General Ironwood can no longer be trusted.
Of course she would turn it off.
It seems Polendina's proxy trick worked.
And that's good news for us. Penny's blades operate on the same principle as Amity and the launch terminal. In order for her to control them all, they need to communicate with one another.
We didn't have time
Okay.
to prepare for Salem. But now you do. Just because she can't be destroyed doesn't mean she can't be beaten. If she really was unstoppable, she wouldn't have acted with such caution until now.
Look at these three.
She knows we're a threat. So even if Atlas falls, you can't give up.
Oh no.
Penny, what's going on out there?
I do not know!
I hope Amity Tower will help bring us all together. Because in the end, that's how we'll win.
No, come back.
Ah, poor guy. Look, at least they got most of the message out. They got the important
You've
stuff
done
out.
enough, sweetheart. Get back inside.
I don't know if you want that.
Amity together.
I have to go! The bolt! No! Dad!
Ah,
Penny, what is happening?
what a shot.
Penny!
Oh boy.
Penny.
Global comms just went back down.
And Penny isn't responding. What did you do?
Exactly what you asked. It's possible Penny's systems are merely rebooting. As for the tower, well, perhaps Pietro isn't the genius you thought.
We're
Good
not waiting.
reflexes. Good
You're
reflexes.
going to find her. Winter.
Look at her with her N7 armor.
Until Penny either responds or is standing in front of that vault, we cannot assume her status. Take the ASOPs. I want constant updates.
Does this make her their new leader?
Get him back to his cell.
With pleasure.
That was the broadcast. Why'd we lose signal?
There's another one. I think it's just up ahead.
What is this?
Oh. It's one of those grim pools?
It's grim. A river of grim.
Oh, wow.
Heading straight for the kingdom.
Oh, wow. It just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? I'm not feeling too excited about everyone's prospects right now. It's not a good time.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because bruh.
I feel like the curve to which I'm grading these episodes is just becoming more and more skewed. I don't think I was expecting this season to be as good as it has been with these 3 most recent episodes. I guess once I saw the first 2, I was just like, okay, this is more or less the tone we can expect going forward. Drudgery, some matter-of-fact clearing the objectives and moving on to the next. I guess I underestimated how deep the emotional stakes had been set, not just by the events of the first 2 episodes, but by the arc as a whole. Because at this point, those stakes are just being leveraged over and over into my heart. Week after week now, it's like I'm seeing each episode be better than the one that came before it. I remember in Volume 6, when it was a big deal that the first half of the season was really good and we didn't need much else. I remember in Volume 5 getting a constant cycle, week to week, of just good and bad and all that fluctuating quality just throwing me off. What we had in Volume 7 and what we have right now, I don't know if I can handle this. There's still more than half the season to go. I think the scary thing is that it's not hard to see these great efforts getting topped as the season goes on. It may sound like I'm overhyping things right now, but think about the story beats we still have that haven't played out yet. If show plays its cards right, it's absolutely possible to see several of the remaining episodes hitting this mark of quality and maybe even surpassing it. It seems almost every other episode we're doing an in-depth with Penny, and this time isn't going to be any different because, well, she had most of the episode to herself, which means she gets to have the in-depth to herself. And with how things are going, this probably won't be the last time she gets featured in the in-depth. We've reached a point where it feels like a bit of a joke to say, oh, Penny is totally getting hacked. It's the sort of thing we've been saying with a wink and a half smile, because it's an idea that's been floated ever since she came back. But now that we've seen it finally happen, it feels like we weren't ready, or at least I wasn't. To see her free falling from Amity, burning up in the atmosphere while Pietro's calling out for her, it's just heartbreaking stuff. I mean, just look at Reaction K here. Look at their face, trying to hold it back. And I have to admit, as Review K, watching these moments over and over again to prepare for this review had me going as well. It was just damn Pietro and his true feelings. He had no choice but to let Penny go, and now he may have lost her again. And he was so proud of her pulling that trick with the stabilizer too. It might break him for now, but hopefully when he finds out that Watts is the one responsible, it will energize him into countering this move. As for Penny, it's hard to see her climb so high to accomplish these kinds of feats, and then see it all just crumble. I mean, she won. She beat another attempt on her life and her power, and she is the reason that RWBY's message got out to the world. And then some little man in a room somewhere just hits her with a virus. It sucks and it's hard to stomach. Penny has always wanted to serve, or more accurately, Penny has always wanted to help, to protect, go above and beyond for the sake of others. She may have gotten hacked even if she weren't the Winter Maiden, but you can go back to that scene in Volume 7 and you can see her asking the question to herself before she takes the power: what would RWBY do? And the answer is that RWBY would absolutely have painted that kind of target on her back if it meant saving someone else. My point is that her desire to be like RWBY, to follow her ideal, it was a good thing for Penny. It took her to great heights. But now it has resulted in a fall we didn't see even when she was destroyed in Volume 3. Also, watch this new version of Penny come back and be super OP as well, because she doesn't have to hold back now or anything. Games, movies, manga, any media, they're unbeatable when you have to face them, but watch them get hit with the Nerf gun as soon as they're on your side. Remember how Naruto did that to Gaara? Dude's underpowered as hell after the tuning exams. Watch this be just like that. But in reverse order, I guess. Bruh. Only one day has passed since the squad, plus Ironwood, Winter, and the Aesops showed up for dinner at the Schnee Manor. We have another fight. Another maiden fight as well. It's very juicy. And it's not that difficult to follow either. Cinder came with her crew, expecting something close to an all-out confrontation with a full-strength squad, and felt pretty good when all she saw was Penny, Pietro, and Maria. I would too in her position. Maria and Neo engage each other. Cinder engages Penny, and Emerald is free to flip between both stages, and she does a serviceable job in the end. She helps take Maria out and puts Cinder in a pretty good position to close the deal. I'm sure this will end up being cold comfort to Cinder, because, I mean, she was definitely overconfident. It's not hard to see why, given that she looked like a boss the last time she fought Penny and Winter. So even with Penny's new powers, she should feel like she could beat Penny one-on-one. And then you add Emerald's smoke and mirrors to the mix. I mean, usually when Cinder loses these encounters, it's because someone comes in and interferes. This time was a stunning exception because she just straight up lost. I know I wasn't expecting to see Cinder get roasted the way she did. Throws my expectations for how Salem might react the next time they see each other. How is she just gonna defy Salem and then go running back after getting waxed that badly? I could see Emerald taking it upon herself to postpone that eventuality by maybe taking a long detour back to the whale, but I don't see her having the spine for it, and I guess she also hasn't considered the probability of Cinder just throwing her under the bus in some fashion. Think about it, I can see Cinder doing some shit like, I relied on your power and it was useless, why do I keep you around? And then Emerald will be all, I want to help because you're everything to me and I just want to stay by your side. Emerald, what do you say we go on a vacation? Just the two of us, anywhere you want. Really? Okay, I've always wanted to see what the spirit world looks like. Then we'll get a graphic novel exploring the genesis of their romantic relationship. Oh, sorry. Let's move on. Let's just take a moment to consider Cinder. Since the final 2 episodes of Season 3, where she hit something of a peak in her powers, she has, in order, lost an arm and eye to RWBY's power, attempted to steal Raven's maiden power and got waxed, losing access to the lamp, attempted to steal Freya's maiden power and got beaten to the punch and had to run away when RWBY showed up, losing access to the star, and now attempted to steal Penny's maiden power against Salem's orders and got waxed again, also failing to stop Penny and Pietro from broadcasting their distress signal. Even stacking up her stronger moments, the times she's had some wins, it's still not been the best of times for young Cinder Fall. All of this, and especially 3 consecutive resounding failures to beat these other maidens, gotta be coming to a head soon. Maria did better against Neo than I certainly would have expected. I mean, she got some hits in on Neo, which, I mean, Neo almost never gets hit, that's kind of her thing. Which means that Maria was using her semblance, remember? The preflexes? Even with her semblance, Maria was never going to beat Neo, so I'm glad they didn't stretch believability that far. Clear the way for Neos get absolutely yeeted by the Penny laser, good fun. Seeing Penny and Cinder fly around those concourses outside the arena brought back some memories, good times, and then some bad times. I mean, Cinder even brought back the bow. Penny had a noticeably easier go using her powers in this fight than she did against the Aesops, which is only natural when you're facing someone like Cinder, who likes to fight from range as much as she does up close. That style will give you better opportunities to use those attacks. Also, there wasn't 4 of Cinder in this fight, that helps too, and Cinder was wearing a cape. Edna Mode is very disappointed. Seeing everyone all over the world receive Ruby's message was a powerful moment. All these faces that we haven't seen for years. Ilya, then Neptune and Sun in Vacuo, the first time we've seen Vacuo in the series, and get used to that because that's almost definitely where we're headed after this arc. Then Glinda, what a shock. I wonder when we'll see her again, and who her new VA is going to be. It's a big deal to open this story up to the world. All the stories of RWBY across the journey have been so insulated to their particular areas. To see one of them get broken out and exposed to the rest of the world is a big move. I'm excited to see how this gets followed up later. I do like how Watts broke down his plan. I wish it would have been explained further though, because I have one question. If all of Penny's blades are communicating with each other, why was the one in Watts' possession not flying around the office? And you can't say that it was inert or not working or not connected, because then logically the virus wouldn't communicate to the other blades and then to Penny's brain. I would just appreciate more of an expanded explanation there. I'm making a note of Winter's reactions when she enters the room. You can see her glancing at Penny's blade, and it's a good time to remember that in the story she was fighting by Penny's side that same morning. She has an affinity with Penny even from before their fight with Cinder. How will she feel when she sees what Watts has done? You know, I see her out here, Commander Winter Shepherd, rocking those N7 arms. They're probably just braces for her injuries, but they have a cool functional look to them. I expect that Watts will try to fix that scroll and send a distress beacon to Salem. Sounds about right. Which will probably indirectly lead to Crow and Robin breaking out. And maybe Crow versus Ironwood, or Crow versus Tyrion round 3 if Salem sends him to break Watts out. Seeing Yang after the broadcast, she and RWBY will be just fine the next time they see each other. See, I don't think she disagreed with RWBY's plan because she thought it was wrong. I think Yang disagreed with carrying out the Amity plan because it wasn't the right time, and it seemed like the risk was higher than the probability of any reward. She clearly still believes in its significance. A river of Grimm, heading for the city. Maybe Mantle is a lost cause. This also seems like a good time to point out that a giant crater may not have been the best place to shelter an entire city's worth of refugees. Being able to swim ain't gonna help you out of that pool. Bruh. In closing, Amity. What a powerful, poignant chapter in this story. Traumatic, significant, use whatever superlatives you want. This is an episode we'll still be talking about long after this season is finished. I know it's not the first time I've said that, and I have a feeling it won't be the last time I say it either. It's the story of a girl who rose and rose and rose, until the evils of the world conspired to bring about her fall. Maybe it won't be forever, maybe it will only be for a little while. But right now, the loss of Penny Polendina, as we know her, is as big as any. Well done, RWBY. So that's how I'm feeling it. Last week's episode was stressful, but it was fun to talk about. This one, I just feel sad. But it's a good sad, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.